You gotta open up to a wider audience.
My name is Quinn and I'm here with Explain News, having an exclusive interview with Max Holiday.
How's it going?
Good. Are you ready to get going here?
Let's do it.
All right. What was your first project?
First project, I was in a street punk band called The Trolls with the Z when I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, middle school, yep. Started it right. We did a battle of the bands at a church in Kimberly, Wisconsin, and got absolute last place. Like rude notes from the judges, and didn't do too much after that. The first real serious project that I took seriously was in 2012, about 2 years after I had moved here. I wrote and recorded on a 24-track Tascam recorder, a 4-track kind of noise pop type thing called under the name Young Holidays. Did that EP, and from there it's kind of just been doing stuff a bit more seriously, you know.
How would you describe the projects that you're currently in?
Athletic Supply is basically the same template as Young Holidays. It's music that I write and record and produce myself, and then take to a group of my closest friends, and we play it live and kind of translate it more to a live setting. So I have that. I run a record label called Close Up with the Serene with MS-115 and Liquid City Motors. We run a monthly club night at Quarters called Precognition, focusing on pushing some unheard and underground, sort of more forward-thinking dance music. And then I help produce and mix pretty much everything on the label and kind of have my hand in some of the booking things around the city. So
Great. When do you remember first being interested in electronic music?
I was really, really big into metal in elementary school, and from there kind of got into industrial music, and the Prodigy and the Chemical Brothers, big beat type stuff was really big for me. Beats and grooves and drums are just the only thing I care about, you know what I mean? In any music, if it's not there, you know, it usually doesn't hit my ears quite right. So drawing a line between that, and then I would buy trance compilation albums that I didn't know were not that good at the time. You know, I would buy cosmopolitan, really chic house compilations that again I didn't know were super bogus at the time, but sounded really cool to me and kind of urban and fresh, you know what I mean? And then throughout middle school I got really into punk and everything, but from punk, from hip hop, from everything you're into, to me it's a very, very easy line to draw into dance music, into, you know, the original scenes of house and techno, rave, everything like that, really coming from the same place.
I also wanted to ask you, how do you seek out the music that you DJ?
I'm a big fan of kind of sticking to labels that I'm into at the time. You know, that's kind of what they're there for, especially in dance music, especially, you know, a long history of electronic music being very, very centered around labels and very tight-knit groups of people. And listening to a lot of English radio, usually Rinse FM and Radar Radio and NTS usually have shows by people that I feel pretty similar kind of directions from. My favorite DJs, you know, do mixes or, you know, rip sets from the club they played at last night, and that's always great to hear what people are actually dancing to, what people are actually feeling in a club. And then just my friends too, you know, very, very lucky to be surrounded by people like MS-115 and Liquid City Motors, sort of pushing each other always, every day, all day, to find new, exciting, fresh music, you know, whether it's very, very, very modern or very classic and sort of digging it back up, you know what I mean? So how much weirder can it get? You know, how much more underground can it get? How much more raw can it get? You know, everything like that. It's just having an actual excitement and passion for new music and new and interesting sounds kind of keeps you going.
Would you say that there's a visual side to this as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think any good label needs to be coming correct with the visuals and with the art. You know, you can tell right away when it's kind of an afterthought. just finding anything that looks like what we want to portray sound wise, you know what I mean, is I think really important to any label, kind of shaping the vision, shaping the feeling of it all, you know. So that's a huge part to everything, especially, I mean, even down to precognition flyers every month, you know, we try to steer things in a direction that kind of make you kind of see where we're coming from without maybe knowing quite what it is, you know what I mean? Just sort of get the vibe without even knowing what you're gonna get, you know. Visually, musically, the way we approach precognition being a very no frills type club night, you know what I mean? At Quarters, who is just a room, a small room with a very loud sound system, and we cut all the lights, you know, and just sort of do our thing, you know. That's all coming from the same approach of just a very direct, focused, deliberate intent for everything. So I've always been into the idea of a band's band or a DJ's DJ or you know, a musician's label, you know, something for people that are pretty deep in it, you know what I mean? We're all pretty deep in it. So you know, and hopefully that comes across, you know what I mean? That's who we're friends with, that's who we relate to, that's who we work with, are people who are living this, who are very deep in this, you know, it is essentially like a lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Well, thanks for having us come in here and inviting us to talk to you.
Yeah, of course, thank you. Very fun. You know what it is.
Do that again.
I can't. I try very hard for you to look at the camera.
Sorry, do it again.
All right, let's get it.